We know that farm workers in hot climates get kidney disease. What we don't know, and thus what we're trying to find out with this study, is whether farm workers in Florida, which is a climate not quite as hot as the ones we know about, get similar kinds of kidney disease. So specifically, we're looking to see if we can detect any incidence of what's called chronic kidney disease of uncertain etiology. That's the kidney disease that is of interest in this farm worker population. Does it exist in Florida is our key research question, and if it does exist, how much of it exists? And the ultimate goal then is whether we can try to prevent it if it's occurring. So we're using a massive data infrastructure that we've built over the years called the One Florida Data Trust. It's a huge database of electronic medical records data. And by looking at medical records, we're going to see if we can find patients with this chronic kidney disease of uncertain etiology and whether they are associated with farm operations in the state. One outcome will be yes or no. Is there chronic kidney disease of uncertain etiology in Florida? And again, how much of it, if it's there, what farm worker populations, where in the state, associated with what types of farm operations. One hypothesis is that it's particularly associated with sugarcane operations, for example. Geographical analysis, hotspot analysis, where is it and in what quantity, and associated with what kinds of farming. So we want agricultural workers to be healthy and safe, and so if kidney disease is a common outcome of their daily work, we want to prevent that. The key hypothesis is that it comes through a lot of dehydration, through overheating. So, can we keep them sufficiently cool and get them enough water during the day so we can prevent this negative outcome in these workers? So it's a 5-year study. There's a number of components to it. So the first thing is to build what we call a detection algorithm. So it's an algorithm that will tell us for any given patient, does that patient, yes or no, have chronic kidney disease of uncertain etiology? Then we apply that algorithm to the data to see if it's there, and then do the geographical analyses, where is it? We're also being strategic. We're adding to the data infrastructure by working with community and migrant health centers in the state that are close to some of the suspected farm operations where this would occur. And so then we'll have some targeted addition of electronic medical record data. We also want to look at occupation data so we can look at that population directly if we know they're farm workers. To build an algorithm is, there's a lot of ways to do it. We have a lot of methods for building algorithms in the field. It's kind of one of the core things that we do. In this case, we're looking at multiple types of data, so the algorithm will take as input diagnoses, procedures that patients have had done, their prescriptions, their laboratory tests, and other things, their vital signs, and then output, does the patient have chronic kidney disease of uncertain etiology? We will validate the algorithm through just doing brute force manual chart review. We're just going to read their medical record thoroughly and have experts come up with that assessment. And then once we have the algorithm validated, it can then process huge quantities of data in the database, so we don't have to do that manually, and then tell us what we need to know.